Hailed Cox's Bazar a tourist city of international standard, PM asks authorities. Overall flood situation in Sylhet remains unchanged as flooding in India kills 11 people. Commerce Minister sees no immediate solution to edible oil price hike woes. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shafia Haq Piu welcoming you all to Evening News. You have just heard the headlines. Now let's move on to the details. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has asked the authorities concerned to integrate the development of Cox's Bazar beach with nature. The Premier said this while virtually inaugurating the newly constructed multi-storied building of Cox's Bazar Development Authority in the seafront resort town. She also asked the people of Cox's Bazar to create densely planted tamarisk tree forest alongside the beach to protect it from cyclones and tidal waves. Sheikh Hasina called for expanding the huge maritime boundary as an area for tourism to attract domestic and international tourists.
ব্লু ইকোনমি অর্থাৎ সুনীল অর্থনীতি আমরা কক্সবাজার আমাদের এত চমৎকার একটা জায়গা, এটা পর্যটন নগরী হিসেবে গড়ে তোলা একান্তভাবে অপরিহার্য। সেই জন্য আমার একটা কক্সবাজারবাসীর কাছে অনুরোধ থাকবে, যেখানে সেখানে যত্রতত্র অপরিকল্পিতভাবে কোনো স্থাপনা আপনারা করবেন না। আজকে মহেশখালীতে গভীর সমুদ্র বন্দর যেমন তৈরি হচ্ছে, বিদ্যুৎ কেন্দ্র তৈরি হচ্ছে, সেখানে বিনিয়োগ হচ্ছে, বিশেষ অর্থনৈতিক অঞ্চল হচ্ছে, বলতে গেলে এটা একটা ডিজিটাল আইল্যান্ড হিসেবে ঘোষণা দেওয়া হয়েছে। ঠিক একইভাবে টেকনাফেও আমরা বিশেষ উদ্যোগ নিয়েছি, বিশেষ অর্থনৈতিক অঞ্চল এবং টেকনাফের সমুদ্র সৈকত যাতে আন্তর্জাতিক মানের হয় তারও ব্যবস্থা আমরা নিচ্ছি।
The overall flood situation in Sylhet showed no signs of improvement today, with some rivers still flowing above the danger level. Officials said that all the rivers of the district are full to the brim due to the onrush of hilly waters from the upstream and incessant rains over the past several days. The Shurma and Kushiara in particular are flowing above the danger level. The low-lying areas of the district have already been flooded, rendering nearly 2 lakh people marooned. In Sylhet city, several roads and establishments and residential areas have gone underwater with floodwaters. Thousands of consumers are facing electricity crisis since yesterday. Thousands of people are taking refuge in flood shelter centers open in different areas in the city. At least 11 people died across northeast India as flash floods and landslides triggered by heavy rains affected millions of people in the region. The data shows that hundreds of villages are affected in Assam. Around thousands of hectares of cultivated land have submerged under floodwaters. Floods have badly affected the train's movement in the state. Several roads, bridges, and irrigation canals were damaged in several districts. The joint forces carried out rescue and relief operations in flood-hit areas of the state. Commerce Minister Tipu Munshi has said the government is emphasizing on finding alternatives to soybean oil. Mustard, bran and canola oil have been identified as alternatives to soybean oil. At the same time, plans have been taken to increase the production of alternative oil in the country, the minister said after the second meeting of the Task Force Committee on Commodity Prices today. He said Bangladesh will meet no barriers while importing wheat from India, adding that the G2G process of wheat import-export has not stopped.
বাজারে বেড়ে যাওয়ার কারণে আমাদের দেশে তেল বেড়েছে। আমরা 90% আমদানি করি বাইরে থেকে, পাম তেল যেটা পাম অয়েল এবং সয়াবিন। এখন ওখানে দাম বেড়েছে, আমাদের এখানেও বাড়ছে। এখন প্রতিনিয়ত দাম বাড়ছে অথবা একদিন পরে দেখা যায় কিছুটা কমেছে, এরকমটা চলছে। আমাদের যে একটা বেসিক থিওরি আছে সেটা একটা মাসের অ্যাভারেজ করে করা হয়, সেই অনুযায়ী করছি আমরা। আন্তর্জাতিক বাজারে না কমা পর্যন্ত আমরা কোনোভাবেই এটা ব্যাপারে ব্যবস্থা নিতে পারবো না।
Bangladesh Energy Regulatory Commission has recommended hiking bulk electricity price by 57%. The recommendation was made today during a day-long public hearing on the proposal to hike bulk electricity tariffs by 66%. At present, the PDB sells per unit of electricity at Taka 5.17 to the electricity distribution companies, which was increased in the last tariff order in February 2020. Addressing a press conference in Dhaka today, BNP leader Rizvi Ahmed alleged that the business syndicate backed by the ruling party is also manipulating the dollar market in Bangladesh as they did earlier with the edible oil.
আবার দীর্ঘকাল জনগণের পকেট কাটা চলতে থাকবে কেবল পদ্মা সেতু নয় ফ্লাইওভার মেট্রো রেল এলিভেটেড এক্সপ্রেসওয়ে টানেল বিদ্যুৎ কেন্দ্র সহ প্রতিটি মেগা প্রজেক্টে হরিলুট হচ্ছে মার্কেটে ডলারের দাম প্রথমবারের মতো 100 কোটি টাকা ছাড়িয়ে গেছে তেল মজুদের মতো ডলার নিয়েও খেলা শুরু করে দিয়েছে সরকারের মাফিয়া সিন্ডিকেট
The High Court today cancelled the bail granted to expel Jubo League leader Ismail Hossain Shamrat in a corruption case. The High Court also ordered Shamrat to surrender before the lower court concerned in 7 days in connection with the case. A High Court bench passed the order following a petition filed by the Anti-Corruption Commission on Monday seeking cancellation of the bail granted to Shamrat. 3 people died, 3 others were wounded after a fire broke out at Ukhia Rohingya camp last night. 3 people, including father and his son, succumbed to their burn injuries while receiving medical treatment at Chittagong Medical College Hospital. Police said the fire originated from a gas line leakage as wife of Nur Alam started preparing nighttime meals in the D block of Rohingya camp. Nur Alam, his wife, their 2 sons and 2 neighbors were burned from the blaze. They were admitted to Chattogram Medical College Hospital for better treatment. International news. Finland and Sweden submitted a joint application to join NATO as Russia's invasion of Ukraine forces a dramatic reappraisal of security in Europe. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg on Wednesday warmly welcomed requests by Sweden and Finland to join the bloc, describing it as an historic moment. Stoltenberg confirmed that Finland and Sweden had officially applied to join the world's biggest military alliance. The applications must now be weighed by the 30 member countries. That process is expected to take about 2 weeks, although Turkish president has expressed reservations about Finland and Sweden joining. India's Supreme Court today ordered the release of AG Perarivalan, who has served over 30 years of life term in former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. A bench invoked its extraordinary power to grant relief to Perarivalan. Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated on the night of 21 May 1991 in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu by suicide bomber Dhanu at a poll rally. Perarivalan was accused of buying 2 9-volt batteries which were used to set off the bomb. Cricket. A steady and careful Mushfiqur Rahim has scored his 8th century in Test cricket against Sri Lanka in Chattogram. Mushfiq glanced his 270th delivery, beating the diving fielder at fine leg to bring up the ton with a boundary on the 4th day of the match today. Before lunch, Mushfiq had reached another milestone, becoming the first Bangladeshi batsman to earn 5,000 runs in Test cricket. Tamim scored 133, just 19 short of the landmark. Liton Das scored 88 and Shakib 26 runs. Bangladesh were all out at 465 runs with lead as Sri Lanka's Kasun Rajitha grabbed 4 wickets. While Asitha Fernando took 3, in the first innings Sri Lanka scored 397. Meanwhile, at Stamps, Lankan scored 39 runs after losing 2 wickets in the second innings. Before ending, let's have a look on the headlines once again. Build Cox's Bazar a tourist city of international standard, PM asks authorities. Overall flood situation in Sylhet remains unchanged as flooding in India kills 11 people. Commerce Minister sees no immediate solution to edible oil price hike woes. And that's all from the newsroom for now. To know updates, videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvbd.com. Besides, Visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates over NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Sundar Khabor, will be aired in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us. Have a good time.